Hi everybody, this is the Unit 7 Exponential Functions review, and we're going to start off with a review of just exponents. So in this first section, we are going to simplify each expression. So what that means is we want to reduce or simplify all of our coefficients, and I should only see each variable one time. So on part A, we need to remember that 5x is really 5x to the first power. So if I think about x to the first divided by x to the third, I can write that out as 1x in the numerator and then x times x in the denominator. X divided by x is 1, and that's going to cancel out. So I'm left with x squared in the denominator. If I divide these numbers, 5 divided by 200, that reduces to 1 over 40. When there is nothing left in the numerator, we always want to include a 1. In part B, we have our power to a power. So this really means that 7x to the fourth is written out twice. 7x to the fourth times 7x to the fourth. 7 times 7 is 49, and x to the fourth times x to the fourth is x to the eighth. So remember, x to the fourth is x written out 4 times, and we have to do that twice. So counting them up, I have 8. In this next one, we have to remember that anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. So this really is just 5 times 1, which is 5. In the next one, we're going to multiply our coefficients together. So -8 times -5 is positive 40. Then a to the fifth and a to the third, we're going to add those together to make a to the eighth, because 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, this next one's a little more complicated. We kind of have a lot going on here. So I'm just going to rewrite my numerator just how it is, and I'm going to start by working with my denominator. So 3p cubed squared means I'm going to write 3p cubed twice. Then I have the p to the -7. So 3p cubed times 3p cubed, same thing that I've done in pretty much in part B, was that I need to multiply my coefficients together. Again, I'm just going to write my numerator again. So 3 times 3 is 9, and p to the third times p to the third is p to the 6th, and then I have p to the -7th. Okay, last step. I'm going to bring my p to the -7th up to the numerator. So I have 2p cubed w, p to the +7, and then I have 9p to the 6th. Sorry, I said last step, but one more. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Sorry, one more. And then 10 minus 6 is 4. That's a 9. 2 divided by 9 does not simplify. They don't share anything in common, so I do not need to simplify those coefficients. Okay, last one. 9x divided by y to the 5th squared is 9x over y to the 5th, and then 9x over y to the 5th. I'm going to write that out twice, multiplying it, because that's what squared means. And 9 times 9 is 81. Add these exponents. And then y to the 5th is y to the 10th. Use the word problem to answer questions 2 through 4. A mouse population is 25,000 today and is decreasing in size at a rate of 20% per year. Write a decay function to represent this situation. So my decay is going to look like this. Y equals A, 1 minus R to the T. A is our starting value, our y-intercept. So that's 25,000. 1 minus 20%, so 20% converted to a decimal. So my final answer here for my equation is going to be 25,000 and then 0.80 to the t. To find the mice population after 3 years, I am going to substitute in a 3 for t. So I'm going to go to my calculator for this. 25,000, 0.80. Exponent is going to be a 3. 12,800. So I know my y-intercept is at 25,000 because that's my starting. So I'm going to say this is 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. That's my y-intercept. So 1, 2, 3, I'm down to 12,800, so that's about there. I'm going to get some more points. So I'm going to plug in a 1 and a 2 and just see what happens. So same thing. Change that to a 2, that to a 1. So 16,000 and 20,000 for 1 and 2. So if I make a table, time, so 0 was 25,000, 1 was 20,000, 2 was 16,000, I think. I'll go back and check. And then, nope, I put too many zeros. Okay, let me check that again. 16, yeah. Okay, so then I'm at 16, 20, I'm at 20,000 there, and then 16,000 there. So I have my exponential decay function because it's going down from left to right. So this is called decay. Oops. It's decreasing from left to right. All right. An investment of $1,000 is earning 5% interest each year. Write a growth function. So y equals a 1 plus r to the t power. A is our starting value, 1,000. 1 plus. Now 5% interest means 0.05. Simplifying that gives me 1,000, 1.05 to the t. What is the value of the investment after 5 years? So I'm just going to take my equation and plug in a 5. Again, going to my calculator, 1,000